My name is Ashley Everett. I'm a third-year clinical psychology doctoral student working with Dr. Inverna and Dr. Luther. So yeah, we were looking at the relationship quality between adolescents and their parents during the transition into middle school and again into high school from the adolescent's perspective, which is kind of interesting because usually a lot of studies have focused on the parents' report of relationship quality. So this was actually coming from the adolescent's report. And it was a report that was taken at the end of each school year from 6th grade through 12th grade. We were looking at specific facets of attachment quality, so measured by alienation, trust, and communication. So not surprisingly, during adolescence, alienation went up, trust went down, communication went down with both moms and dads, but more so with moms. And I think that's typically because adolescents have closer relationships with moms. Moms are kind of considered the primary caregivers, and I think because they start off closer, there's kind of more room to distance themselves from mom and dad during the course of adolescence when if they're trying to be independent and more autonomous and kind of individuate themselves away from their identity associated with their parents. So, not surprisingly, relationship quality went down, and as a result, anxiety and depression went up. So I think probably our most interesting finding from the study is that trust with moms, declining trust with moms throughout 6th grade, particularly with females, led to increases in anxiety for both males and females, but females reported more anxiety at grade 12 than males. So it's really that kind of close bond with moms throughout those, I think pivotal years, and probably when puberty is taking place for most people throughout, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. And that's really having an effect on their development. I think it's interesting for parents to kind of understand these trends and what's going on with their adolescents. I think often parents kind of also push back when adolescents are pushing back from them, and I think most parents assume to give adolescents their space. And I think it's actually really important to know that they are still really needed, and they're also still considered their primary sources of support. So even though adolescents are kind of gravitating more towards peers, they're expanding their social network, they still heavily rely on parents, I think, throughout middle school and high school for instrumental sources of support. And especially as they're getting ready to graduate and kind of go on to that next chapter, getting ready to leave for college, things like that, I think they're kind of clinging a little bit more on to their parents than parents might assume. So parents think to give their adolescents their space, especially when they're being kind of bratty and pushing back, and there's a lot of conflict in adolescent parent relationships around the age of 15, 16 when they're making that transition into high school. And I think for parents to know that it's still really important for them to kind of maintain close bonds with their kids, specifically through trust and communication, and being there for them as needed.